Hi, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, boy, wow, we got some interesting stuff coming to you. This is the week coming up of CES Show, the big show where all the innovation, all this stuff is going to be happening. We certainly appreciate you guys tuning into our podcast as always. Be sure to refer the show to your friends, neighbors, relatives. Be sure to like the show on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Chris Voss. Hit that bell notification button so you get all the notifications of all the cool stuff like what we're going to talk about today. It's going to be at CES. It's going to blow your mind. We're going to profile all the coolest booths, all the coolest technology, and so you can make notes with it and find all the cool stuff you want to take and do. So we're bringing you an interview today from someone that will be profiling at CES. These guys are doing some wonderful stuff. They're going to be at booth 50059-6 at Eureka Park. And it's going to be some interesting technology you're going to want to check out. Stephane Valcauda, the CEO of AJI Digital, is with us today. Stephane, welcome to the show.
Yes, thanks, Chris.
Thanks for coming on. And where are you coming to from right now?
I'm in France, in Burgundy.
All right. You guys have some interesting stuff going on there in France, don't you?
Yeah.
It's an interesting world in today's world, but you're flying to CES and you guys are coming here to do some stuff with your guys' company. So welcome to America and all the good stuff.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So Stephane's company, for those of you who are hearing this on audio and not seeing it, his company is AJI Digital. That's AJI Digital, and I'm sure Stephane will get into why that name is the way it is and some of the things he does. But Stephane, tell us a little bit about yourself, some of your background, what you've done, and what brought you to starting this company and bringing it to CES.
Yeah, so I'm very soon 50 years old. I'm in digital and IT for 25 years. I have worked a lot on Microsoft, .NET, etc. And from 2011, I have switched on Apple and on mobile world. I have created a lot of apps. I have a team with me, and we have created apps for any kind of activity. It was game, it could be a startup, it could be luxury brand. That's it. And well, for AJI Digital, 1 year ago, we have made a platform for Lancôme, for digital wall, and it's the origin of this project.
That's awesome. And you guys, what is the technology that you're bringing to CES? What is going to be the amazing stuff you're going to have down there in your booth?
So it has been quite some stuff because we have sent 2 of our device to the CES 3 weeks ago. So on our booth there will be 2 devices, one totem which is 2 meters high and 70 centimeters width, and an interactive table. With that, we will be able to show our platform in action and show how it's easy to create wall and to have interactive experience with our offer.
And when people go into commercial places, like when I go to the airport or I'm walking through a mall or a store, I'll see these panels and they're just like advertisements. They're very static. It usually probably has some sort of placement in there, some piece of paper that's an ad. You guys have taken that to a next level and disrupted it, where you guys are making these interactive sort of displays and panels for B2B, where you guys can market these to companies that want to take and have these displays. And you can interact with them right through a phone or an app, or place ads on them through a phone or app. Is that correct?
Yeah, the goal and the main part of our offer is to say we provide interactive wall to any activity with a platform that has a ready-to-use component, templates, and the main goal was to say you don't have content when you are a little SME, so you take your phone, you take photo, video, and with a app we have created, it's automatically transferred to the wall and to the content that is used for the wall. So you can very easily create media content, real-time things. For instance, you are in a restaurant, you are the chef, you want to have an interactive menu and a digital wall to show what you are doing. You create a photo of your new dish, you push it in the wall, or you can even go more far. You will take a video of the chef which is making the new dish. He will comment what he is doing, and he will push it inside the dish, so you can see some comments, some video. It's very interactive. And the main thing is to say, we need to make that available for little SME, and it's our package is an offer with hardware and the platform for a price which is less than $190. So this is. Oh,
I think it'd be cool, especially in certain formats. Like whenever I walk to a restaurant, there's usually like a placard or a stand like what you guys have built, but it's very static. It just has like a menu shoved in it. But man, if I could see like video of the chef, like you say, making the food and the steak is there sizzling and the video on the little menu board there, that would be awesome, because that would sell me. I'd be like, oh yeah, because when you look at a menu, it's pretty boring. You're just like,
yeah. And you know, I will be in Las Vegas in 2 days, and I will have to go in the restaurant. I'm French, and I will have an English menu or American menu, and it's really terrible when you travel, because you could have translation. I can read English, but it doesn't give you the feeling of the dish. So if you have some photo or some video, even allergenic things for people who wants to look at that, it's really helpful. And it makes the menu far more pleasant to read, to choose, etc. And yes, for us, the main thing is to say, you take your phone, you have a fantastic tool here, create your content with it, and make alive your offer, your service, your product. And there is a lot of application.
To me, that's brilliant, because half the time when I'm looking at menus in a thing, or if I'm at the airport looking at something like an ad, you're just like, that's really boring. It's just static. It just sits there. And having an interactive menu where maybe I could see some of the food, I could see like a rotating maybe video of the food and how it's prepared and what it looks like. Because we've all gone to a restaurant and seen like a display and it's got the menu in there, and you're like, that looks really good. It sounds really good. And then you go and it's plated and it just looks awful or tastes awful. Yeah. You know, there's an old saying in sales, sell the sizzle. And if you can see the sizzle, hear the sizzle in a video as you go by, you're like, now, can you do a touch screen on these, or are they just placards now on stands?
Sorry?
Is it a touch screen at all yet? Or is it just a viewing window?
Oh no, it's a touch screen, and we can make it work on our device, but also on tablets. So we are really compliant with any interactive device, in fact.
Now, is that on the display itself? It's a touch screen, or is that on the phone, the mobile device?
What do you mean? The platform, the app, or?
Yeah, I was just wondering on the signage, the stand.
Yes.
Is the screen that, can I interact with the screen on the thing? If I'm like a
consumer, the people,
like
you interact. You interact with the screen by yourself, and you can. As you mean the client or the final user?
The person, like say I go to a restaurant and there's a restaurant has one. Can I, as just a coming and visiting, play with
you will interact. It's exactly like a tablet. So you will interact. You will.
So I can say, show me what the steak looks like or what the fish looks like, and then it will display like a video of the fish or something.
We have a component that should be ready during this week, exactly for restaurant menu, where the chef of the restaurant could create the design of his menu in real time directly on the device. And after, it's like a tablet. It's like if you had McDo app, but for your restaurant. And there is a lot of application in really a lot of other activities. For instance, you have a resort, you have some sport activity, etc. The kids are making a competition during the afternoon. You take your phone, you make a video, and at the evening in the bar, you have your digital wall, and the parents, everybody could share that, exchange on it, etc. So there is really plenty of use.
This is really brilliant, because I see a lot of people, especially like here in Las Vegas, even at the big hotels, they have restaurants and in their shopping centers and stuff. And you see a lot of people, they go up, they kind of read the menu and they go, I don't know. And they'll wander off or whatever. And I'm sure as a restaurateur, that's frustrating, because you're like, if they only knew how good the food was and how it looked, and everything else. And yeah, if you could see the sizzling of the steak and how the food is plated. One of my favorite places to go in Las Vegas is Spago's, which Wolfgang Puck is the chef of. And, you know, he makes when he plates it, it's just this beautiful artwork that you're just like, do I mount this on a wall as art, or do I eat it? Because it looks just amazing. And if they could show that, like with devices that you guys are building in the apps and stuff, I think that would be really brilliant. And it would help sell a lot more people to fill your restaurant or your business. Just so much more interaction. And people are so photo and video content aligned nowadays with Instagram and everything else that they're into with social media.
Yeah, it's exactly what we say. When we present the app, we say for the last 10 years, we have the smartphone revolution, interactive and touch revolution. Everybody is digital in his hand, and in service spaces, restaurant, hotel, tourism, office, etc., it's still very obsolete. And the idea is to say you can't have a user that is digital in his hand and switch to something obsolete when it comes in some space. So the idea is to say, bring the digital in all these spaces, so the user has the same experience, and he will have an attractive experience, because if he doesn't have that, yeah, he stay at home, he look at website, and there is no interest.
So you guys have personalized templates they can use. You even have a 3D engine, so if people want to bring stuff forward and move it around and make a beautiful presentation, people can do that as well.
Yeah, well, we have built our platform with a tool which is a 3D tool. And for now, we don't have used it so much because we had all the stuff of the platform to create, and it was really a lot of work. But we start to create the first 3D things, and it's really amazing as soon as you push some 3D. And for the CES, we have created a wall to present our offer, and the wall will be with some 3D effect, just to show how it makes when you add 3D.
That's pretty cool. And it's got all the software and hardware included with full range of devices, totems, interactive table, interactive storefront, outdoor devices. And it's fairly inexpensive to use. And you can pretty much, using the templates, you plug and play your data and the media into the template and fill in, you know, whatever sort of other things you want to take and do, create your media from your smartphone. You know, the smartphones nowadays, they're so good. I mean, they're all 4K video. So you can do all your production on your smartphone and then just upload it to your app and put it on your wall, and away you go.
Yeah, and you know, generation has changed. So 15 years ago, when you wanted to create a video, things like that, you were going to some communication agency, you wanted to make a very good video because it was, yes, how we were making it. But now everybody is on Instagram. It's you make some social network, you make video with selfie of yourself, and everybody is used to have a real-time video. And this tool allows to be aligned with that. We don't care to have the best video of the world. What we care is, I go in a restaurant this week, I have a video which is from this week, 2 weeks after I come, and there is a new video, there is something new to discover. And I think this is the important thing today.
And you've got indoor totems, outdoor totems, interactive tables, kind of like what you would see at a mall, interactive storefronts. I like these interactive storefronts. They're pretty interesting because they kind of look like an iPhone because their shape of them. And people can put this right in their window, and then people can come along and go, oh, what's in there? You know, I've owned retail companies before where you have a storefront in a mall, and the hardest thing to do is to get people to come in. You know, to get those people to hook, you almost want to just stand out there with a hook and pull people in. And so the appeal, bringing people in, making people want to come into your store, making them hopefully see something that's going to target them and make them go, oh, there's some, we should go explore in that store, is really important, because there's nothing sadder when you own a mall store and you're seeing your customers just walk by the entrance and you're just like, please come in and buy something. And
the idea of the interactive storefront is exactly that, is to push some interactive things. We have some screensavers, so you could push in front some of your content to attract people. But there is also another usage in France, for instance. I don't know for US, the tourism office are not open every time. So there are days where they are closed, and when they are closed, you couldn't have information. With an interactive storefront, you could have all the information you want, even if it's closed. So it allows also to give some services, which is really useful. Yeah, Chris?
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome. I'm looking over your website and the book that you guys sent me. It looks really cool. And just having the interactivity, you know, I'm sure millennials will love this because they love their Instagram experience. They love photos and video. And it just creates an interactive thing that makes people stop, makes people look, makes people see about where they should come in your store, whether they should come in your restaurant. This is pretty cool. Just multifaceted walls and stuff. And let's see, you guys will do 43 to 65 inch indoor totems, 43 to 82 inch outdoor totems.
We also have some
touch.
We have some screen also. You can have screen from 32 to 65, just screen. We could have outdoor screen, and we are designing a new device, which is a column, which is a 2 meters column, 2 times 46 inch. So it's a big screen. It's really cool. And there is also some new totem we have experimented with Decathlon, which is landscape totem. And this is really something you would like in your house to watch TV. It's really fantastic when it's 55 inch. It's a landscape, and it has a really great look.
So give us the website where people can go to find out more about you guys and what you guys are doing with your company.
So the website is AJI.digital. It's currently in rework to be ready for the CES. So it will be ready Monday normally. And you can contact us. There is a link actually to contact us. We are on social media, but we are not the king of social media. So we are starting to push more content. And if people want to contact, we have some presentation, we have some deck, and we are very pleased to answer to any question about our project. Actually, we have a network of reseller in France. We are building the network in Europe, and we are coming to the CES also to see if we can find some partner and create a network to provide the offer in the US.
And you guys are on Twitter. You guys have a Facebook page under AGI_digital. This is going to be pretty interesting. I really like this. In fact, you should probably get CS to put some in through their show everywhere, you know, so people can interact. Like, I know that CS usually has those, they have these maps of where you're at on, you know, the CES show thing, which hall you're in, and the ups and downs of the first and second floor. But this could be really a great product for CES to use, or the convention center here in Las Vegas that CES displays at, where you could have these whole interactive maps, and it could show you how to get to wherever. You could watch, you know, how to walk to the booth that you want to take and go to, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and there is also another application for events like the CES. Is you could have some admin user that goes somewhere where there is a speech or something, and they take the video and they send it, and in all the wall you can see what is in other places, and say, oh, there is something interesting, I could go there. So it's also the real-time thing. You can create some news. We have some components that manage news, and you can put photo or video of that, and it really works well.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. It's an amazing interactive world, and the fact that you can just do this from the simplicity of your phone and just bang it out, and you're just like, go up. And it looks like the outdoor signage will work with an external battery. They have all got Wi-Fi in them, so you can, you know, it can communicate, update, and all that sort of good stuff that you guys can update the software on it. That's just amazing, man. It's a wild world we're going to.
Yeah, me, I'm still like a kid when I use our app, because I find it, you know, when I take the phone and I make demo to some client. I was in a ski resort, and I say, look, you can do this. You take a video, you press click, and it's on the wall. It's amazing. It's magic for me.
Yeah, I really like it. Entertain people. You know, like I say, I mean, if you're a restaurant, if you're a shop in a mall, trying to get people to come in the door is hard, and you'll see them walking by, and they'll look kind of in your shop and, you know, see. But if you could have something that could display some of your finest stuff, the interactions, maybe, you know, like I remember back in the day, we used to have a clothing store that sold a lot of hip hop stuff. And we had these Brazilian jeans that were low waisted for the girls. The girls loved them. And you know, sometimes you just have a stupid mannequin there, which is pretty much static. It's just a mannequin standing there with the thing. But if you could have, like, you know, show a video of the girl, you know, showing off all the angles of the beautiful jeans, and the girls are walking by going, "Oh, those look really good on her. I'll buy from those," because that's usually how we buy. We see like an image or a video of somebody who has something that we think would look good on us or something we might want, and then we're motivated to get that. Where if you just see like a dead mannequin that's very static, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, and there is also other experience. I have contacted someone in France who has a startup which is linked to wine. It's to create some trip around wine. So if you say, okay, next week I want to go in Burgundy, you can very easily find platform to book your train, your flight, your hotel. But when it comes to vineyard, it's quite difficult. So this guy have created a platform for that, and you can go to their platform and say, okay, I organize. So Monday I will go to this vineyard. The afternoon I will go there. The next day I will do that. And I have spoken with him, and the idea is to link that to our offer. So vineyard company could have my wall with some interactive table in their place. And when people will come, they will make some degustation of wine. We will push some RFID under the glass. So you drink your wine. Oh, I like it. You approach it from the interactive table. Poof! You have your wine which appear with a lot of information. The vineyard, if you use my wall with phone, it could take some photo of the vineyard part when during the summer, during the winter, during when there is a vintage, and show some video. And if the people like the wine, they could have some kind of card with some another RFID. They push it, and immediately the basket of wine they like will be linked to their cloud. And when they come back home, they find all the things they were liking. So you can create really some very great experience, mixing interactive wall, mixing other platform, RFID, and yes, it's really great.
Yeah, that's the RFID would be pretty interesting to do with it, or what else would be good? I'm thinking of NFC, maybe.
Yes,
NFC a possibility?
So we have already made a poke for RFID. I'm not sure we will bring it to the Las Vegas. I need to check, but we have already done it, and it's already in process for some clients. And for the NFC, we are starting to plug our wall with a platform. I don't know in the US, but in Europe, it's really used. It's SumUp. It's a little box. It makes the payments, etc. So you can also plug it to some payment platform and tools.
That is awesome. You know what would be cool too is if you guys could somehow use the RFD or the NFC to take in, say it was a restaurant. I could check in to wait in line for the restaurant, and then it lets me know on my phone. Maybe, I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, one of the idea, because I have a partner in Thailand, was also, you know, you arrive in an hotel, you have a digital wall, and you see this diving activity, which is great, this journey in some island, etc. And you say, okay, I want to plug that. I take, and you have some kind of QR code. You could use some payment like WeChat or things like that, and you can book immediately. And this is the kind of thing we are working on. Also.
That's pretty brilliant, because I know a lot of hotels are trying to do that now as an added revenue stream. They're trying to make activities surrounding their hotels, and so they're selling packages like ski packages, or go. I know like a lot of hotels, like if you go to like different national parks, they'll have like, you know, hey, river running trips or rock climbing trips, different things you can go. I know some hotels, they just have like this static stand, and they just have like these brochures that you just pile in there.
And you know, the idea for that is also to say the hotel could have the wall to present all these things with interactive, but also the guy who provide this activity could have some rights, because we have some rule, there is admin user, and they can use a phone where they can just push some video, And so in the hotel, instead of having a photo, something very passive, where you don't know exactly, you have a video of the guy, you can present his activity, you can see some extract he has taken with his phone of the activity by itself, and it changed completely.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've had places where I've gone to, like, I've been traveling, I go to a nice bar, and the waiter will be like, what kind of drink you have, and you'll see somebody else drinking a drink that looks really cool, some orange martini or something, and you're like, hey, I won't want that is. And if you can have an interactive wall that would show some of the different drinks your place serves, or food, or clothes you might have, or different activities you have, I think this would be brilliant.
Yeah, and there is a last thing also. We were speaking about RFID and all these things. It's also we have a feature, for instance, for estate agency. So you could have an interactive storefront or an outdoor wall, and if someone like some kind of the estate, he could have a QR code. He pushes his phone, and he has immediately the content on his phone. So it avoids to ask for mail or things like that. So you could want to ask it, but people are often a bit scared to push this kind of thing on a public wall. But if you have a QR code, you could have automatically the information on your phone.
You've been able to sign up for mailing lists too with the QR code, right? You could.
Sorry?
Could you sign up for mailing lists on a QR code? Like, say, I'm like, send me an email on what you guys are offering there, and I scan the QR code, it pulls up the website, and I can enter my email and get on an email list from the company, maybe.
Oh yeah. There is yeah.
That would be awesome. Yeah, there's some countries that QR codes are really huge in, and they love scanning them, and then of course they can go to the website, they can see more, interact. They can maybe sign up for lists. They can maybe like your Facebook, maybe follow you on Facebook or follow you on Twitter, all that sort of good stuff. You could do discounts. Like, I know Yelp does a thing. Like, sometimes when I go into places to eat, they go, hey, if you check in on Yelp, we'll give you a free ice cream or something, like that, free drink or whatever. Yeah. So someone could have like that. They're like, hey, if you check in with our wall, scan the QR code, check in, we give you, whatever.
Yeah. In fact, there is really a lot of interactivity possible, and our goal is really to have created a generic platform, something very flexible that allow to, if you come with a new activity, it's very easy for us because we have some components that are very generic, very adaptable, and we can create templates very easily, even for a new activity. So yeah, and there is, you've got QR code, you've got RFID. There is so much things to do with this. So yes, it's an amazing world.
Awesome. It's going to be awesome. All right, so give us the website again that people can take a look up.
Yes, so it's AJI.digital.
Okay, and then you'll be seeing you guys at booth number. It's going to be Eureka Park at CES 50059-6. So put that in your CES show app. If you haven't gotten a chance yet, guys, download the CES show app. Search for these guys on there in that booth number 50059-6 in Eureka Park. Go see these guys, check out their technology and stuff, and tell them Chris Voss sent you. So there's that.
Yeah, thanks, Chris.
Yeah, we definitely want to see more of this technology. Now, every time I walk by a display that's static and it just has a placard now, you'll be like, you've been retired. There's a company that's putting you guys out of business right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, we certainly appreciate you guys coming on the show. Anything else we need to know, Steph?
No, I think we have made a lot of stories. It's really the spirit, I think. Yeah.
Sounds good. Awesome.
The last thing is really, if there is some people interesting, we are really searching some partner to be able to push the offer in the US, because we need a network. We need a network of IT companies to be able to sell the product, because they know the client, and we are not able
on Shark Tank.
Sorry?
This would be an interesting thing to take on Shark Tank, the TV show. Have you ever seen that show?
No.
We have this show called Shark Tank here with Mark Cuban and a bunch of VCs. and entrepreneurs come and they pitch them and they put it on TV, and then the VCs kind of fight over how much money they're going to give and percentage and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yes, I have heard about it. Yes.
Yeah,
but I have tried
probably
one.
a better place for you.
Yes, I have tried one in Europe, and they told us that we were too old.
Yeah, they usually want to portion your company just to get on the show, so it's interesting. But anyway, I'm going to be doing a video with you guys at your guys' booth at Eureka Park, so I'll look forward to that during the week of CS. So people can check out some of that media. We'll be promoting you guys throughout the week, so be sure to watch for that as well. Certainly appreciate Stephane for coming by today. Have some safe travels coming to America.
Yeah.
And bring your good walking shoes, lots of water, and lots of vitamin C and anti-flu stuff, because all the sick people in the world come here. Yes. It's like a giant disease area. It's good. It's fun. And those of you who missed the shows last week, we interviewed the CEO of CES, and CTA actually is what runs CES, Gary Shapiro. So be sure to check out his book and all that good stuff. He has some good insights for where the show's going to go, and all that fun stuff. So anyway, I appreciate my audience for checking in today. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube, hit that bell notification button so you get all the notifications of Chris Voss Show and all of the CES coverage. Holy crap. Be sure to go to iTunes, Google Play, tell your friends to subscribe at Spotify, iHeartRadio, all the places you can get the Chris Voss Show podcast. We certainly appreciate it. Anyway, thanks to my audience for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.